Do I have permission to record this video?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So before I get started, I just want to say, when you talk, can you speak up so that my phone can hear it?
Sure.
All right, thank you so much. My name is Christopher Howard. The date is November 28th, 2020. The time is 10:30. The purpose of this interview is to gauge Southern University students' attitudes on Southern University marketing brand. This will be a 20-minute interview in which I will ask you a few questions regarding this subject, and I want your full, honest answers.
Okay.
Thank you. There's no right or wrong answer, so there is no need to hold back. The only people that will be seeing this interview are myself and my professor. Can you tell me your first and last name?
Yes, my name is Jordan Stewart.
Your gender?
A female.
Your ethnicity?
African American.
Your age?
22.
Your employment status?
Employed.
Part-time, full-time?
Oh, part-time, sorry.
Okay. Major?
Social work.
Classification?
Senior.
And do you have any on-campus affiliations with any clubs or organizations?
No.
Okay, all right, awesome. Thank you for that. So, first question, when you hear Southern University, what are the first thoughts and feelings that come to your mind?
Like a home.
A home. Would you like to elaborate on that?
Sure. So I say a home because I am from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. However, like for most people, it's a home away from home.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, I guess I could describe it as like unity. It just makes me feel like welcome. And there's so many people from like so many different walks of life. So, and it's just like, it kind of mind boggles me on how everybody just gets along so well and just bonds and stuff. And so, yeah, it just feels like a home.
Interesting. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know Southern University's official tagline?
Like for, actually, no, I don't.
You don't?
No.
A lot of people don't. I understand that.
I feel like I'll know it once you say it, but like, I don't just know it off the top of my head.
Okay. It's excellence, pride, and tradition.
Never heard that before.
Yeah, see? Yeah, I thought so too. No. So, when it comes to Southern University, what do you think about as it relates to excellence? Since excellence is part of your tagline, when you hear excellence in Southern University, what's your thoughts?
I think of the not really superficial things that they do, but like I think of like the things that they do to make the school look good, like the pageants, the homecoming, like, you know, stuff that they really put the money into. I think of that. I don't really think of like school. Yeah.
So like you said, band, pageants.
Pretty Wednesday, like
Pretty
just
Wednesday.
the black excellent, like the HBU experience, so say.
HBCU experience, not school. You said not school for sure. So, dig into that. Why do you think that not school? Like, you made it a point to say not academics. Why do you feel that way?
Honestly, it's because that's how Southern is promoted through like the things that they do, not really academics. So like, it just seems like that's the main focus of like why people would want to come for the HBCU experience. So yeah, it's not that much attention on academics if you ask me personally.
Thank you. Thank you. So when it comes to Southern University, what do you think about as it relates to pride, which is also part of the tagline? So when you hear pride in Southern University, what do you think of?
It kind of reminds me of like my high school days. I went to a predominantly black high school in Baton Rouge, Louisiana called McKinley Senior High. And like people say like, oh, I bleed blue. And like, I kind of feel the exact same way about Southern. Like people are die hard about it. Like we have friends that are from Jackson State and like, we always get into it, you know, and it's just like, cause I have that pride about my school. Like it doesn't matter the pros or the cons about it. It's like, no matter what, I'm going to defend it. Like I have pride about my school. Like I'm proud to say that I attend Southern University. Like, no matter, all of the stuff that people talk about happens at Southern, like, I still love it, and I still have a strong pride. I feel like a lot of people do.
Mm. So would you say that the opposition from other schools kind of build up that pride in a way?
Yeah, I do. Sometimes I feel like people wish they could have came to Southern. So it's just like they don't really have much to say bad. It's just like, oh yeah, like y'all poo, or like y'all don't have no money or something like that. But it's just like, it's really all friendly love, and like, I don't know. But yeah, I definitely would say like the trash talk helps.
Okay, thank you. And just a follow-up question to that. In those instances of opposition, because that's the main subject you talked about when it comes down to pride, what are those things that pop up inside your head where you going back and forth about somebody? Like, what are just a few things?
You mean like, what do I use to defend Southern with?
Well, not necessarily defend, but what are the subjects of battle? Like football,
okay.
Like what's the
So
subject?
they always shoot for the band first, because I'm a band head, honestly. And then it usually goes to like maybe us not having money, or a scam, like, oh y'all scam, y'all they jacking y'all, stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, but that's pretty much like the top three, I would say. Like sometimes football and band, and then like the scams and us not having money. But that's really it.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any examples of how Southern University has instilled pride within you?
Personally, because I'm what some people would call more of a homebody, I didn't really participate in a lot of stuff. But honestly, for me, it is kind of academic. Personally, it's just because I've grown such a passion, and my teachers have helped me instill such a passion for like my purpose and like my major of social work, that I do have pride about where I come from, because I'm proud of it. I'm confident. I feel like I'm well equipped. So that's where my pride comes from. Not really the what I feel like the majority's pride comes from. The fun, I guess.
Okay, thank you. When it comes to Southern University, what do you think about as it relates to tradition? When you hear tradition in Southern University, what are some things that pop up inside your mind?
I think of people's kids after kids just come to Southern just because, like, oh, my people went here, so I want to go here, So, I mean, I didn't really have that, but I would like my kids to attend Southern. If it's in their interest, I would promote it, support it. So I just think of like legacy, kind of, like it just seems like so much history is there, and so that's kind of what I think about when I think of tradition in Southern.
Thank you. And do you have any examples of how tradition has played a part in your Southern University experience?
Honestly, my aunt is a Southern University graduate, so I used to like go up there, and she would babysit me, and I would go to the games with her and stuff like that. And I really didn't know that I was at Southern because I was so small. And then the high school I went to, middle school I went to, I didn't know what Southern was. All I knew was LSU because it was predominantly white. So I didn't even know like Southern exists. But I remember going to college with my aunt. That's all I remember. I was like, you going to college? You going to college? And that was it. I didn't know it was actually Southern University. So like now that when I was older, and I was like, well, what college did you actually go to? She was like, Southern. And I was like, oh my gosh. So, it's just like cool. And that's kind of like, I guess the only person I really have that tradition with, because my uncle went to Grambling. So it's really just me building my own roots there, honestly, to hopefully carry on.
Thank you. That was a really good answer. You're welcome. Do you know what the official Southern University hashtag is?
No.
A lot of people don't. I bet you when I tell you, you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I've heard that before."
Okay.
We are Southern. Hashtag We are Southern.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Where have you seen that hashtag before?
I follow some of the Southern affiliated pages where they use it. That's pretty much it.
See pages.
And like mainly on Instagram, if I had to pick a platform.
Instagram. And it's mostly from official Southern University pages, not like students or staff or anybody like that. It's mostly just okay. Got you. Why do you think that is?
Honestly, I don't think that it's promoted enough. Like when you asked me, I didn't even know like that was the official, thing of Southern. It's like I would need a purpose behind using it. Like I'll just put SU whatever my class is, like SU 21, like because that's what most people use to represent Southern. Like I'm sure if it was promoted in a way that was cool, like I guess like how they do SU 21, SU whatever, then it would be used more. I just think it's the unawareness of it.
Okay. That's a good answer. So when you hear the hashtag We Are Southern, what do you think about in relation to Southern University?
Honestly, I think of like social media posts because that's where I know the hashtag to be from. I think of like pictures that they use around campus to like say stay safe or homecoming is coming up or like promotion. Like that's the only, I feel like that's what it's used for, promotion. Not really like something that I could use. It's like, why are you using it? That's for them to use.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had to talk that out to figure it out.
That was a good answer though.
Thank you.
How likely are you to wear Southern University apparel outside of the campus?
Very likely.
And why is that?
Because it's some cute stuff, and also because I like to rep where I come from. Like because for so long I wore LSU stuff because that's all I really knew about, and also because it's sold in more places. I just used to have stuff like that, but yeah, I do wear Southern University apparel a lot.
You feel proud to wear it? Rep where you from, huh?
Right. Rep your city.
The what?
Rep your city. It's just a song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that song. Do you know the name of the animal? Do you know the name and the animal that is the official mascot of Southern University?
Yes. Lacumba, and he's a jaguar.
Awesome. So, what do you feel when you see Lacumba? Not the actual jaguar, because we don't have it, but the design. When you see that design of Lacumba, what do you think of?
It's actually upsetting, honestly, because when my aunt was there, he was actually there, and I do remember it because she used to take me to go see it. Like LSU has ran through, like they run through tigers, there's been a few, and it's just like we can't get another one. But also, if we did, because I am passionate about animals and I feel like they should have rights as well, that is not suitable for an animal that large. Honestly, like it's small, it's run down. Like I would feel like he's caged. I would feel bad if they were to put another one in there. I'd be like, come on, man. Then it's like, I hate to compare, but honestly, look at the living space for Mktg versus Lacumba. Like that's almost torture to me, honestly. I don't feel like it's suitable. And I feel like it does take away from my pride. Like, I just feel like Mktg is such a strong thing. Like you see the babies like, oh, Mike. And it helps build legacy. It helps build like a love for your school. It's like the kids always want to go see the Tigers. Like, oh, I grew up going look at him and stuff like that. Now it's like, it kind of takes away from the experience.
And that's what you feel when you see that design.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like disappointing.
Wow. Do you know what the official colors of Southern University are?
It's like a light blue and like a mustard yellow.
Mustard yellow. So, so when you see that golden blue, how does it make you feel?
Honestly, it could be off campus, and if I see like a blue and yellow together, I'm literally gonna be like, oh, Southern, is that Southern? Like, I cannot unsee those colors together and not associate it with Southern. Like, just same thing as like LSU. If I see purple and gold, I'm like, is that something for LSU? So it immediately catches my eye.
Huh. Why do you think that is?
Because it's like, I will say that Southern does a very good job of being consistent with using their colors to like promote stuff. As far as the apparel, like we stick to our colors. Like we don't make something orange and then put Southern logo on it. Like we stick to our stuff. And so it just, because I've been so accustomed to seeing it everywhere, every decoration, you know how they, just the whole landscape of the school, like everything is our school colors. Like even the poles where you put your bike on is golden, you know, golden blue. So I just associate that with Southern now.
So if you can think of all the ways and methods that Southern University promotes their brand, makes themselves known to the world, what do you believe is the maybe top 2 or 3 most effective ways that they promote their brand, Southern University?
Bayou Classic, Homecoming, and the band.
Man, those things are all kind of centered around each other. Why do you believe that those are the 3 most effective ways? And then I'm actually a follow-up question. So why do you think those are most effective ways?
Because that's what people have their pride from. That's the stuff that people care about, that they feel connected to, because everybody is not like on such high academic, you know, like that's not everybody's main important thing, like priority when they are in college. Like a lot of people say, oh, that was the best year of my life because it was fun. Like they don't even talk about, oh, because I enjoyed this class so much. Like, so that's what people have their memories based off, especially after they graduate. You know, they can still come back and, you know, like show their pride. And so I just think like that is and it's just so popular, like because people can come back and like it's just promoted, like because it's just so popular. Like people that may not even go to those schools go to Bayou Classic because it's like, I know that that's gonna be some fun, like that's gonna be an experience. So it's really about like experience that they offer and just the memories like that they could provide. So that's what I would say.
Okay. So when you think about those 3 things, Bayou Classic, Homecoming, and band, what are some feelings that come to your mind when you see that those are the 3 most effective things? When you think about them, just putting them all in one lump.
I just feel like I'm gonna have a good time. That's it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
And how have they affected you separately from, like, I know it's kind of enjoying with your feelings, but how have those three things, affected your Southern University experience and how you look at the Southern University brand?
It kind of brings me back to like the unity thing and like the family thing. I feel safe at those events as well, which is odd because they're so large. But for me, I think those experiences kind of have like, those are the few things that have gotten me out of my like home body comfort level. So it's kind of like that, those few events are things that makes everybody comfortable, like that everybody can feel a part of. And so, yeah, I feel like I kind of like belong there, like I'm welcome, like, you know.
That's good. Wow. So, I just really want to thank you for taking time out your busy schedule to interview with me. That concludes our interview.
Thank you.
And you did a really great job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.